So this guy, you know what? You're gonna think I made this story up, 'cause it is wild. Now the story is about this guy, James, and James is 35, living in a small town in West Virginia, and he's kind of an awful guy. Like he drinks a lot, he abuses his wife, but one night in 1983, James gets what's coming to him. Because it's late and he comes home from the bar drunk and he decides his wife needs to make him a snack. His wife is this woman, Cleo, and Cleo's 35. And so he yanks Cleo out of the bed because it's the middle of the night and she's asleep, and he's yelling at her, "Make me some food." So she makes him some soup. But then he gets mad that the soup is too cold, and he slings the bowl across the kitchen and bam, it smashes against the wall. Then he notices their wood stove had gone out, so he's all pissed off about that too. And this causes a whole big fight. And he's like roughing up Cleo and he's chasing her around and he's awful. Now by this point, all this wakes up Cleo's son. We'll call him 17 because he's 17. And 17 is James's stepson. And I guess 17 tries to intervene and this turns into an even bigger fight. And so James ends up roughing him up too. And pretty quickly, James has Cleo and her 3 sons sitting at the kitchen table and he's berating them, all while holding a huge kitchen knife and shaking it at them. Then he grabs a .22 and he starts waving it around, screaming at them. Now all this screaming wakes up this woman, Cleo's mom, who we'll call Grandma. And Grandma is 55's door. And so she wakes up and she runs over and she sees James waving the .22 around and she eventually tries to grab it from him and a struggle ensues. But Grandma, she ain't playing around and she wrestles the .22 away from his drunk ass and he lunges at her to get it back and then blam, she shoots him right in the chest. So now James is lying there unalived and Cleo is like, well, now what are we gonna do? I guess they don't want Grandma to go to prison for murder. And so they decide to bury the body in the backyard. And for some reason, they make 17 and his younger brother do it. And so 17 and is in the backyard digging this big ass hole. And eventually the hole is big enough and they put James in there and they bury him. But now they have another problem. James's truck is there and they need to get rid of it. And so they put their heads together and they come up with a plan to drive the truck down to the local river